Hey, this is Matt Malott with Sterling CRE Advisors. This is the second in a series of videos explaining why housing costs are so high in Missoula. In our last video, we touched on how supply and demand imbalances are driving up home prices where we live here. We looked at the limited options available to reduce demand for housing, and in this episode, we'll take a look at what is making increasing the supply so difficult. The valley setting Missoula enjoys actually limits the amount of land available for building. So with the land as a finite resource, those values continue to climb. Land accounts for about 28% of the cost of a new home in Missoula, with the typical lot sale in 2019 being $115,000. By comparison, the national average is about 18.5% per the National Association of Home Builders. A buildable lot costs the same whether it's for a $1 million home or a $400,000 home going on it. So it makes affordable home development exceedingly difficult when your base lot value is $115,000. Developers can do little to lower land costs beyond increasing density. The cost paid by developers to pave roads, install curbs, gutters, water lines, sewers, sidewalks, lighting, and boulevard landscaping accounts for most of the cost of a lot. Depending upon the regulatory conditions, increasing density can be a real challenge. Traffic concerns, neighborhood objections often derail attempts to increase development density. However, if more housing units can be placed on a given stretch of road, the largest land development cost is then spread out over more units, which therefore creates room for the developer to offer more affordable home options to the market. Regulations aren't all bad. After all, it's hard to argue against ADA regulations that allow all residents access to a safe home, or building codes that increase fire safety and energy efficiency. Sidewalks, parks, and other quality of life issues can be great as well. However, these regulations all have a cost associated with them, and those costs are generally passed on to the home buyer. Regulatory processes also add to the cost of a home. Rezonings can cost money, both in terms of time and the cost to prepare for hearings. When a rezoning is denied, the developers can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees, architecture fees, and others. And those expenses are then passed forward to future projects. Uncertainty in the regulatory and permitting process is the number one source of risk for home builders and directly contributes to the high cost of housing in Missoula and elsewhere. Labor costs have also been increasing recently, particularly in Montana. There's a shortage of skilled construction workers, which means higher labor costs and extended build times. While it's a positive thing that the construction industry can provide a good living for so many families, it's important to realize that expensive labor adds to the cost of housing that's paid by everybody. Lastly, material prices are on the rise. In general, in times and places when housing is in high demand, so is office, retail, and industrial. And then simultaneously, construction around the country is busy. So this puts pressure on pricing for lumber and other materials due to increased demand around the country. It's often assumed in the media that high home prices are a result of greedy developers tacking on fees to the cost of a house. So is it really the greedy developers and builders that are making too much money? Probably not. Contrary to popular opinion, developers really can't set prices. They are at the mercy of what the market dictates a suitable price is between a willing buyer and seller. In addition, over the last 10 years, builder profit has ranged from a low of 6.8% to a high of around 12% on the price of a house. This is well below the margin most businesses operate at to remain sustainable. While it may be easiest to assume that greed is driving up housing prices, the reality is that a combination of factors make it expensive to live in Missoula. Thanks for watching this video. Look for our next one on solutions to the housing affordability problem in Missoula. Let us know what you think by liking this video and leaving a comment below. And to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, followed by hitting the little bell to get notifications. You can be the first to know about new projects, developments, and properties hitting the market. Sign up for the Sterling Market Watch updates by clicking on the link in the description. Thanks for watching.